Yes, from the album Topographic Drama, Live Across America. That's a live version, of course, from originally the Drama album. It's one called Into the Lens. And we're talking to Alan White today, and I started off by asking Alan how he was looking forward to the 50th anniversary of Yes next year.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a lot of hard work for all of us, but, it's worth it. I think the band is very deserving of doing a 50th anniversary tour, which I've been in the band for 45 years, believe it or not.
Yeah. Long time, mate. But the thing is, the band are playing better than ever these days.
Yeah, the band is playing phenomenal nowadays. Obviously we miss Chris. He was one of a kind, but Billy's doing a really great job taking his place, and the band is firing on all eight.
Well, the great thing about you is you came in really, as we know, in 1972, when the band was starting to really edge out there. I mean, you joined just after Close to the Edge had been recorded, but Bill never played it live. You were the guy who took it out on the road. And it's funny when a lot of bands nowadays actually go out and do these themed tours where we're going to play 2 albums back to back, all in the order they were on the album and that. And Yes have been doing it for years.
Yeah, we've been doing it. It's kind of a little old house for us, to tell you the truth. I like to go out there and play a good selection of, we've got enough catalog to last for a lifetime, so I'd rather go out there, play some hits that everybody wants to hear, and play some, diverse music that hasn't been heard for a while, and make it a good evening's entertainment.
Well, I've just spoken to Steve, and he said pretty much the same thing. It's great to go out and do these albums, and of course the fans love it. But with the 50th coming up, of course, you want to represent the band as a whole, and like you said, you've got such an incredible catalogue, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, what is it? With the compilations, it's 29 albums now, or 30 actually, coming up. But there's 21 studio albums with enough music on there to last bloody lifetime.
I think I've spoken to you about this before, and I spoke to Chris about it as well. You can play a 3-hour set, and at the end of the day, somebody's going to say, oh, but you didn't play this.
I know. Well, if we played everything from the first album to the last, back to back, we'd be on stage about 4 days, I think.
Well, you could call yourselves the Grateful Yes, then.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I don't think we want that tag.
Well, look, the album is out now. We're looking forward to next year with the live dates. The tour, I guess, starts for lots of people with Cruise to the Edge, which, again, Yes are headlining, and Tony Kaye is back in the band. This is going to be the first time you played with Tony since, I think, Talk, isn't it?
Well, it was in the 80s with Trevor Raven in that band, and then I played with Billy Sherwood and him in a band called Circa for a while. Then I was too busy with Yes, it was too hard to do both bands.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to playing with Tony again. He probably plays, the song he's kind of known for. He also knows Disgrace and those kind of things,
Well, Jeff is a big fan of Tony's Hammond work as well. And, of course, I think Jeff actually said once that really when it comes to Hammond, he's probably the governor, and he was certainly the big pull for him to get into Yes at the time.
Tony's standing there going, woo, look, I can do it with one hand. He's a classic Hammond player from back in the 70s,
So what would you like to see in the set in terms of songs for next year? Because, like you said, you've got so many songs.
Funny you should say that. I sat down with the whole catalogue yesterday, and I kept pulling songs out, and I'm going, wow, I'd love to play that. Oh, but there's this one too, or but there's it. So, I don't know, we really have to put our heads together, see what satisfies everybody, really.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the songs I did pull out that I thought this would be damn good to do in this set, and was Awaken, going from one. I was listening to that, and I went, oh my God, I forgot about this song. It's damn good.
You've got so many great songs like that, and you could pull songs out like that all night.
Yeah, I know, and I love songs like Mind Drive from Keys to Ascension, which is an album that gets overlooked. You know, that's a fantastic piece of music to play on stage. The songs like America, Yes's version of America is brilliant.
How do you feel about Drama these days? Because the band's gone out and performed it in its entirety for probably about 18 months now. And I did apologise to Jeff, because I've been the one who's been pestering you guys to do tracks from Drama for, I think, about 20 odd years now. So I'll apologise to you, because I've apologised to Steve and Jeff. But it's such a great album.
Yeah, well, Drama was very underestimated for a long time, and then, you know, now it's one of the most sought-after albums. People love to hear it on stage. It's very dynamic. There's a lot of great playing from Chris and myself and Steve. I mean, the whole band really is outstanding.
A lot of the early tracks from that, though, were actually put together by, if you like, the power trio, you, Steve, and Chris, weren't they, when you were first rehearsing them? I mean,
it was pretty much even Chris and myself who did the foundation of a lot of those tracks. And then once Trevor and Jeff got involved, we just embellished it with the style of their music, you know, and it became really, really kind of cool.
How do you think it's stood up then over the last 37 years? Because listening to the version of it on the live album, which is Topographic Drama, Live Across America, it sounds incredible. It really hangs together as a great Yes album.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it really sounds great on stage, and the band, I mean, those songs like Does It Really Happen to You, which is a Chris Squire song, is brilliant on stage.
How did you feel then when the 50th anniversary was announced, the tour was announced? And I suppose you must have cast your mind back to when you first joined, because as you said, you've been there for 45 of the 50 years.
Do you really want to know how I felt? It made me feel bloody old. Yeah, I know. It happens to the best of us, doesn't it?
Well, it does. I mean, but the fact is, you still have the passion. And you still have the huge musical interest in what you do. So I think really, like a lot of musicians, nobody said B.B. King was too old to play the blues, did they?
No, but I still like to play the blues now and then, just come back to your roots, you know. I've got my own band here in Seattle, and we do a couple of blues songs, and I really get off on it. We do a lot of the 80s stuff that Yes doesn't do at the moment, changes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm actually going out on tour on the East Coast of America in January before I do the Yes cruise next year.
So again, another Yes cruise coming up. How do you feel about that? Because again, it's become almost a permanent fixture in the calendar, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, this will be about, I think it's the 6th one.
Yeah, 5th, I think it is, yeah.
And, they're actually very cool. You get a chance to relax a bit and do 2 shows in the middle of the whole thing, and then we've got a little while off, and then we start the European thing. So
the 50th anniversary, you're really looking forward to it. You've got a great gig coming up. I mean, you've done some great gigs over the last couple of years. You did the Royal Albert Hall. Now you're playing at the Palladium. Yeah, it's nostalgic for me. I remember when I was a kid, about 10 years old, I used to watch Sunday night at the London Palladium. Yeah, me too. It was very funny because the logo band I was in, the Downbeats, years and years ago, changed their name to the Blue Chips, and we won the whole United Kingdom Melody Maker competition for the best band in England, and that's where we won it on the Palladium. Well, I'm just thinking they have part of the stage revolves. Maybe you could do it in the round at the Palladium. Oh no, I don't think that's. No, I'm only kidding. Well, it is because it's got that circular stage, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm only kidding. Yeah, I don't think we'd fit on that circle. No, not now. The band are going out and they're starting, obviously, with Cruise to the Edge. He's celebrating the 50th anniversary. We've got Tony Kaye guesting with the band. It must be pretty exciting for you guys. And a lot of people don't realise that you guys get excited too when the music's good and when the actual events are good as well. Yeah,
Yeah, that Tony Kay's going to get involved there, and I heard that Patrick might be around for some of it as well. So.
Well, that would be great if Patrick's involved. I guess the finest tribute to Chris, though, would be the fact that the band continues.
Well, that was one of his dying wishes. He said, Alan, I want you to keep this thing going, whatever you do. And it was very meaningful to me.
You've been there for 45 years without a break.
Tell me about it. What do you think? I got a bad back. The doctor told me, he said, how long have you been playing the drums? I said, well, about 55 years. He says, no wonder you've got a bloody bad back.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it's improving, and I'm really glad to hear that you're all set for the cruise and also for the 50th anniversary. Alan, as ever, it's always good to speak to you. I will see you, I guess, in Tampa in February.
That's great. Well, I'm glad to hear that. We'll be there. We'll have some fun on the cruise.
As ever, always good to speak to you. Congratulations on the 50th anniversary of Yes. And I shall see you in Tampa.
All right, we'll see you there.
You're listening to Classic Rock Radio.